Okay, there we go. So, sorry about that. The audio settings on Windows always love to just change for no reason at all. I don't know why. But, hello guys, welcome back. Sorry about not being here for 2 weeks. The first week was just going to be a hiatus day for, you know, people being off and having to do other things. We were on a pretty good schedule since then. And then last week, the, well, Spectrum decided that's the perfect day to throttle my internet, to force me to change their, you know, something, you know, use a different router or whatever the fuck, for no reason at all. And yeah, here we are. But either way, we're back, and we are in it. So, let's do the recap for your extra hero point, if you can remember anything from last time.
I do remember. Although, before I do it, I'm going to fully admit, with full disclosure, that I talked it over with Faye first.
Alright, yeah. Fine by me.
Okay. So, our village, Willow Shore, had been under attack by various monsters that we fended off. But luckily, we hadn't lost anyone in the raid. With the town safe, we were finally able to start researching this ritual called the Mindscape shift. We also had learned that the governor had done something with the aid of Leodon's father, something similar. Well, the ritual that we researched allowed us to move into the Mindscape that the governor was trapped in. We ended up in a parallel village, a parallel version of our village, where nobody recognized us. We found the governor, who initially wanted to escape from us, but we managed to talk him down. He led us to his mansion, which we had previously been unable to enter since it was warded for some reason. Inside, he tried to serve us food, but in such a way as to imply that he was serving the dead, to which we understandably objected. He revealed his belief that all of us in Willow Shore are dead, that when the governor had attempted his ritual to reinforce Kugapti's bindings, Kugapti instead broke free and devoured the whole village before getting sealed in, well, presumably, if Kugapti is even still sealed at all. The whole situation is becoming very complicated by the minute. And he said that while our souls may appear to be alive, our bodies most likely are just gone in the actual real world. We attempted to bring him back to Willow Shore with us, our Willow Shore, but his body dissolved into red butterflies. He begged us to take care of his cat, and we promised that we would try. But before we had a chance to escape back into our world, 4 armed figures burst into the room. They appeared to be us, but with no faces. Once we slew them, the world around us crumbled, and we were ejected back into our Willow Shore. The cat, thankfully, survived the trip with us. Any other details that I might have missed that were very important?
I think starting where you guys would be starting here, a couple of people have rushed up to see what is going on, because not only have you all returned from the sort of separate parallel mindscape, but also the manor itself, the sort of broken down manor, also seems to have been sort of taken with.
Oh.
And it now exists once again in Willow Shore.
That's an important detail.
Mm-hmm. But yes, as you guys have sort of burst from the other side back into Willow Shore, a couple of people rush up, wondering what's going on, what happened, all of that. Eventually, news spreads that you have returned from your little jaunt, and a few representatives, well, the two, really, the two big ones, Granny Hugh and old Matsuki, arrive. Ooh, Matsuki, there we go.
Back then.
Well, you've returned. Well, and you seem to have brought some things with you, too. The manor. What of our governor?
Gone.
Gone.
I don't know how else to really explain that.
It's hard to say.
He kind of vanished into, well, dissolved sort of into. I'm sorry.
Collect your words. Allow them to be said precisely.
We met the governor, and we had a long conversation with him. We attempted to bring him back into this world with us, but we were unable to do so. We believe that his soul may have been taken by Kugapti.
So... Well... What does that mean, then? He had something to do with all of this?
It was because of him that all of this happened.
Kind of.
Well, you say this is all his fault. That's not unexpected. In fact, I didn't really like the man in the first place.
I don't think we should blame him necessarily. I believe that his heart was in the right place. He just might have messed with forces that were a little bit beyond his understanding. He was trying to protect us all.
You say so, but what does this mean about the people's trust in their government? The people hear about this, about the failure of their governor, the governor who, well, caused all of this. You're telling me he was just a fool then?
Something like that.
No, he was still trying to help in the way that he thought would help.
In what way? Well, how was he going to help? What did he do to help?
He was trying to strengthen the bindings on Kugapki.
It did not have the intended effect.
And the fool, then, trifled with matters he did not understand. A shame, really. Not
He
a
still had the best interest of the village at heart. All we can do about this now is move forward. We don't need to dwell on past mistakes that he may have made.
Well, it would help to dwell a little bit less if he was able to provide you with some sort of help for our situation. Is there anything you learned from him? Or was he just the fool in that sense too?
We do believe that he was trying to figure out a way to deal with it still. We have his journal and his notes. We need to go over them.
That might be of aid.
It's possible he found some sort of solution.
Roll diplomacy check.
I'm gonna nudge Yuga.
I agree. I believe this is the best course of action, etc., etc., etc. Diplomacy check.
Well.
Oh,
Well then.
well, Yuga's conviction seemed to show through, despite his unusually meek stance and expression. His words are ringing true. He really believes this.
Well, I mean, you've not steered us yet, and as acting governor, if you think that the previous governor's actions were maybe misguided, but still can aid us to solve all of this, then I doubt that we need to worry too much about his actions anymore. You said he's gone now. We should look to the future, not to the past, as he gives a pointed look to Granny Hugh. I suppose you're right. We'll look to what we can do. And I assume with those notes you can do something, yes? About all of this?
I believe we can.
I hope we can.
To bring us back to the real world. Free us from this place.
Yes.
Well then, we still have to survive this winter. This winter is as real as any it's ever been before, even if it's in strange realms such as this. And I trust you'll need some time to look over those notes and develop some sort of magic or ritual or something to break us free from this place. So, if you need anything, let us know. We'll spread what you've said here today to the other people in town. I think you've made yourselves quite clear that the governor's actions are not to be harshly criticized, since they may be able to help us just yet free us from this place.
Yeah, not all of his actions were folly. Just... he had the right intentions.
We did bring back his cat though. Shugo's gonna produce Blackbean, I believe was the cat's name.
Blackbean jumps out and looks around and rushes back into the ruins.
Are they actually ruins or is the house intact?
It is pretty much ruined. In the governor's manor.
That's cool. Oh.
Well, I'm surprised you were able to bring it on from the other side.
I am too.
It did not look like this when we were with him. It was still intact, so I'm not exactly sure what this means.
Oh, well...
Nevertheless.
Odd magic.
Magic is a weird, fickle thing.
Yes, and anybody else, no one understands it as well as you all do, I believe. So, we'll leave it all to you, as we always have. And of course we'll manage the day-to-day goings-on of the town as best we can. People, well, there seems to be enough food and enough defenses to get us through the winter, but people's hope has been diminishing as of late. Strange phenomenon still seem to be occurring around town. Hauntings here and there, small ones that I doubt would be of concern to you. One-off things and that. But keep your eyes and ears peeled. There may be other things, other more major issues that arise during this winter. While you are researching, of course, so... yes. Let us know if you need anything. We're always here to serve.
Thank you.
Townsfolk sort of head off, sort of asking the elders what they heard, and they give a portion of the events that you had told them about. Still keeping the secret, though, that, well, everyone did in fact perish from the ritual. Or at least, that is what you were told on the other side.
I'm going to the cathedral. I know you all probably want me to help your research. Please just let me go.
Do what you need to do, Yuga. We'll start working.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, you are already about... Let's see, where's my calendar? I forget. It's fine. Calendar isn't really needed. Specifics aren't really needed, I should say. Yuga heads off to the cathedral. And the rest of you, we're going to sort of zoom out into more of the downtime. You guys have understood the week-to-week sort of downtime before, so it's sort of similar to that as we're getting going here. So, during this week, of course, you really only have one thing to do, which is to research the transmigration ritual. And, in fact, there is a little bit of a handout that I can show you guys for some of the notes on it. And if you can't really read it, you can just copy and paste that into the chat or something, because it's kind of in cursive. But there's a couple of pointers that you guys actually have already figured out yourself, so I won't go over it again. But just some notes for you guys. That being said, there could be a couple of avenues of research that you guys could get into, so what are each of you doing?
Oh boy. Let's see what I can do.
Yuga's in a crisis right now.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. I feel like he has to spend a fair part of the week recovering.
Absolutely. Roll me a religion check on that, Yuga.
All right.
You spend a lot of time at the Lady of Souls Cathedral, and you impart as much as you want to Elizabeth Candora, your mentor, essentially, in Phrasmite stuff. So I need to remove this from the... There we go. And, well, you spend a lot of time there in prayer, introspection, what this means about your faith. What are your thoughts? What comes to mind? What is Yuga grappling with?
The fact that the dead must be dead, that they can't be allowed to live in a state of undeath, that our continued existence feels wrong at the moment, at this time. How do we grapple with such a thing? Like, and are we actually dead, or is it just our bodies that are dead? And what does that even mean? Like, if are the bodies we have now like even real? Are they? There's just so much, and yeah. I think he's going to have to confide in Lady Candora.
Okay. She sort of mulls it over for a while. You tell her to keep it a secret, though, right?
Absolutely. Because if we can't be seen handling this, there's no way anybody else would.
Well then, I suppose it's possible. There are many... Well, as heretical as it is to say, life and death are not binary. There are gradients between them. What I believe is that a soul is only truly and well dead, or rather, A person is well and truly dead when they have moved on, when they have passed through the gates of the boneyard into Pharasma's court and have been judged and sent on to their afterlife. Before that, souls that are in the boneyard awaiting trial, they have not moved on. They are not completely gone yet. We have not even gone to the boneyard, it seems. If what you say is true, we are trapped between life and death. Pharasma cannot reach out to our souls and grasp them from here, it seems. Rarely do the gods intervene so brazenly. Yet we are not truly alive.
If we do this, if we finish what we're doing, that might mean that I'm responsible for sending this entire village to the boneyard. Everybody.
From what you've told me, there is a possibility that that doesn't need to happen. Pharasma doesn't demand that we die, that we are sent on to the boneyard. Pharasma simply wishes for the natural order of things, and this is unnatural. So whether we get through to the other side living or dead, it will be made right. It is okay for us to revive back into the real world. Resurrection is not against her will. If the soul is willing to return before they are judged, may they yet return.
What if we can't resurrect? What if that's it? What if there's nobody's waiting for us? What if we leave this world of ours and that's it? Our souls are just released. What if that happens?
And
If
we
that
have the
happens,
duty to
rest.
be... Well, Balzin's not there for this conversation.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I know what you're getting at, but... For Pharasmites, their greatest... We are not here to destroy unnatural undead. Not all of us, at least. Most Pharasmites. Most of us. Our faith is simply to shepherd souls into the afterlife. If that is what they must do, then they will do it. And you and I... we must perform our duty to Pharasma.
Just like I've done all along?
I believe you have in all of this. But I believe there's another way as well. There are options.
Options.
Those notes, I'm sure, will grant you some insight. And I would hazard a guess that, well, Asahina Shinzo, that merchant, would have some answers for you too. For all of you, in fact.
You're right. You might, especially now that we know more. Okay, just as I've always done. I see. Okay. I can do this.
Go on then.
Thank you.
We leave the temple behind. Maybe after a few days of contemplation.
Yeah.
And during that time, the rest of the party, what would you be doing for the week?
Suppose I would be poring over those notes for any sort of information that'd be relevant for the more magically inclined people in our group.
Okay. So...
Not really sure how I can contribute to that part of it, at least.
I'm definitely gonna be making some checks to see what I can do about that ritual. See if I can fix it.
Yeah, occultism would definitely work.
Yeah, John is gonna be poring over the archives at home once again to see if he maybe left behind something for him.
Of course, yes. Shugo, you could do your Senkochi lore.
Sure.
Work on your own theories, but it isn't your strong suit, all of this sort of technical knowledge. Unfortunately, you don't get anywhere yourself. Baozin, however,
That's granted.
certainly gets somewhere with their own sort of solo investigations, so that'll add a point to the research. And, Liadon, what are you up to? Or, well, yeah, go ahead, roll. I assume you're heading back home.
Yes.
And as
Trying
you
his
can...
best not to reveal anything to his sister.
As you consult with all of it, you go over pouring through notes here and there, and are able to consult with a lot of your father's texts. Seems that they were not only interested in different theaters of the mind, different mindscapes and such, and teleportation magics, essentially. But they were also interested in resurrection magics. Difficult, almost impossible for an arcane caster to really put anything together with. That's usually the domain of the divine. But they do have a lot of notes on it. So, by the end of the week, you guys do end up with 2 research points, and you're able to learn that rituals to bring the dead back to life typically require a dead body, or at least part of it, to function. In this case, though, you're pretty sure that no dead bodies will exist for the ritual. But Governor Hayes' breakthrough idea of using the Eternal Lantern's light as a sort of pathway between this world and the living realm may just be a brilliant solution to this problem, even if it is sidestepping the problem of having no body. It's an avenue of research, certainly, that you could continue along. You guys get 10 XP for that.
Yay!
Well, 10. And by the end of the week, as you all sort of confer and come together, I am blanking on something, weirdly, because it has been like 3 weeks. What did you guys talk to Shinzo about last?
So last we talked to Shinzo, it was in the house of... It was about our cook, I believe.
Okay. And he wasn't able to really tell you all that much, right?
He was really cagey.
Okay.
Shugo has some questions about, I believe, people like not existing or something, and he got very, very shifty.
Mm-hmm.
He said he could not confer that information to us, basically.
Alright. So, eventually, in the snowy, sort of light snow-covered marketplace, he still has his wares out to this day. And if you guys wanted to buy and sell anything, there's also, of course, the root shops, the skill shops, the stuff like that. Armor potency, resiliency runes, stuff like that. If you want them. You have an opportunity. But Shinzo also sort of catches sight of you all and sort of beckons for you to approach.
Oh boy.
Oh, Master Shinzo.
No, I am no one's master.
Nonsense. You're clearly more knowledgeable about any of this than anybody here.
I sense a bit of flattery. I have heard of what you've discovered. Or at least, I know what you have.
I don't mean it that way. My apologies.
Your apologies are accepted, but this is no time for foolishness, if I do say so. And he seems a little bit more serious. More serious-eyed than he ever has been, actually. We need a place to talk.
That sounds good. I've spent an entire week being foolish. I'm ready.
Is there anywhere we can go? Privately, to speak.
Look at Leodon.
The tea house, of course.
Ah,
Tea
yes.
house, yes.
I don't believe I've been. I haven't stopped in. Guess now's the time. Very well then. I can find my tea house. Where it is. Where is it? There it is. As you step through the doors into the blustery tea house, Shinzo also, of course, follows you in behind. But as well, ever present it seems, is the raven, the crow rather, that follows him everywhere it seems, watching from the sidelines. Let us sit, speak of these matters. It is time that all is revealed.
Right.
We get tea for everybody, Leodon?
Voice.
Perfect.
So, it sounds as though you've discovered the truth. Congratulations.
Or what
This is the first
mayor-
time you have.
Or what the mayor believes is the truth, anyways.
I can now tell you that what the governor said, what the governor would have always told you, is the truth. You are dead. You are manifestations of your soul within the mindscape of a dead Nindoru being.
Yeah.
A godlike one at that. Kugapti is well, he is similar in power to the demon lords of the abyss. And yet here you stand within a fragment of their fractured, not all the way dead mind. You
So-
understand now that that is why Tansui Jing sacrificed themselves to imprison them. It is not so easy to kill that is, well, quite close to a god.
I have to ask, what happened to the real Willow Shore?
The real Willow Shore lies in ruins on the other side, in, well, the material realm, on Galarian. It has been lying in ruins for over 100 years. 115 to be exact.
What?
I kind of nod slowly and then, wait, what?
That's what I saw originally. The town in complete ruin.
You, Shugo, are an anomaly in and of itself as well. To you and Ugly Cute, you defended Willow Shore. It's, well, the graveyard that was Willow Shore for over 100 years. Only recently, due to events on the outside, were you sent here. Shugo, you and Ugly Cute were slain, destroyed, trying to defend the town from, well, a man named Mego Kai, who seeks to reclaim it and use it as a base of operations to harvest the lumber of the region for his own profit.
Lumber barons.
Precisely. But before I get further into that, let me rewind. Let me turn back the clock for you. I expect you have many questions, and I wish for you to start from the beginning of those questions. Base, simple ones. I can answer them all now. I'm allowed to answer them now that you know what you are. Now that you know that you are dead.
How come you can see us, then?
How come I can see you? It is the business of mine to see you. It is the business of mine to mind you, as it was. The name I have told you, Asahina Shinzo, is true. But I am not just a merchant. I am a reaper of those who subvert the celestial order. Humans call me Shinigami, a god of death.
Ooh.
You can roll a religion check on that, Hyuga. You might know more about it.
Okay. Well, that got his attention. How's the 32?
32 will tell you a lot. You recognize a Shinigami as an incarnation of cosmic law that ensures even supernatural beings can't escape death. You're also aware that Shinzo seems to have appeared to have developed an unusually human personality for a Shinigami. While it isn't unheard of, legends of Shinigami who became too close to to mortals tend to end in tragedy. And by the way, the Shinigami are not necessarily psychopomps. They are not necessarily absolute servants of Pharasma. Yet they work in close conjunction with Pharasma, of course. They are more monitors. They are more simple, lawful aspects of the universe. Think literally the Grim Reaper or so, or lesser deaths.
I've heard of you. You're... Maybe not you specifically, of course, but... I suppose I should have... There's no way I could have seen that before this. I was the one among us who took the longest to even accept the truth.
Yes, the truth. I'm afraid you are dead, but yet you are also alive in a way. You exist trapped between life and death here in this mindscape, and as long as you do, you cannot move on to the afterlife. Yet, you can still return to life as well. You teeter on the razor's edge.
That's what I learned myself.
Either fate would be better than our current one.
I'm sorry, everybody. I confided in Lady Kendora.
If that's what you needed to be able to see things clearly, Yuga, that's fine.
It'll be fine. She's on our side. And she understands the need to keep it between us.
So, you are here to help resolve this, then?
To an extent, as much as I can. For over 100 years, this town has prayed to every god at every shrine. You begged for understanding, you begged for aid, you begged for mercy. The raven atop sort of the railing in the room, caws and flaps its wings, and a low rumble sounds in the distance. I am your understanding, as now I grant you answers. I am your aid, for I have brought you your supplies. I am your mercy, for even though you are dead, you have not yet died.
I kind of stare a little bit. At the bird.
Bird stares back at you, cocking its head, as if challenging you.
Challenging me.
Are you also the bird, or is the bird somebody else?
No. Yix is more than a raven. Yix is a mind of me and a reminder to me. Yix ensures I do not overstep my bounds. Yix is patient, but not forever. Do not trouble yourself though with Yix, for Yix is mine to worry about.
So, there's some sort of ritual we might be able to do to go back. But it might take the Eternal Lantern. Does the Eternal Lantern still stand in the real Willow Shore?
Yes, but I fear not for long. Your spirits, your ghosts still haunt Willow Shore. They are preventing Megokai from completely taking it over as of yet.
Please don't call us ghosts.
Or what remains of you, whatever you would like to hear. In
Thank you.
fact, these strange events that are occurring in Willowshore, these hauntings, they are no true hauntings. They are rather the acts of exorcists, entering, scraping at this mindscape, at this realm that mirrors the real world, as it is the source of the haunts in the real world's Willowshore.
So that's why I saw the red smoke.
Precisely. That
I
is
couldn't
why
piece that together.
you will see where they tread. Your people disappear. Your cook was exorcised, his soul sent on to Pharasma.
Wait, he made it?
Well, if that is a consolation, of course, yes.
Well, it's better than a certain alternative. I would have
It's-
liked to bring him with us, but
Unfortunately, he has been judged. His soul reaching its final rest.
Is there anything that can be done to slow these exorcists down while we work on this?
You can keep working against the haunts, the uprisings, though, as far as I know, they have retreated for a while to gather strength, gather more exorcists for the job, as your actions have, well, caused them quite a bit of trouble. And, it does, though, mean that this cycle, this 115th cycle, will be the last cycle of Willowshore. The exorcists will complete their work if nothing is done.
Was it them that destroyed me and Ugly Cute?
Yes, it was. Though they were not exorcising you, they just used arms to destroy your stone bodies, casting your spirits like a tether to where they are, well, where they've ended up here. You have a connection to this town and their people. And once your duty was done in the material world, once you were slain, you were brought here to continue to protect them. There was nowhere else for your spirit to go.
Shugo looks really thoughtful about this.
And I suppose he looks more pointed at Yuga and Yix. If you seek the great beyond in your afterlife to embrace the death that has already claimed you, then you could do nothing more than wait, and these exorcists will soon finish their work. This reality will end, and your souls will move on to stand before the Lady of Graves.
Wait. What will happen to Kapge?
Ugapti. Well... Ugapti... This Mindscape is part of what keeps Kugapti trapped. This broken shard implanted in his spirit. This repetition. He has been using it to increase his power. But with it destroyed, he would do nothing else but be released.
We have to.
And we
Sorry.
can't allow that.
He will not
Can't allow that.
immediately-
You're right.
I doubt that he will immediately be released, of course. But he would still, even after all of this, when you return to the real world, need to do something about Kugapti to make sure that his prison is, well, sealed. Shut.
In that case, it's our sacred duty to survive this mindscape. Even if what we do afterward costs us our lives, we have to go back so that we can at least stand up to Kugapti, at least explain to everybody what the actual danger is. Even if we can't see it through ourselves, we have to give them a fighting chance. But I'm gonna sure do my best to survive this. That's for sure.
Good. Very good. There is something you should know about the world. Time has passed since you've been here. Every cycle, a year here, has been a year out there. 115 years have passed in the real world since Willowshore fell. And
It's really strange to think about, but everybody I know is here, so I don't see what difference that makes.
well, now Jorogomo rule Shanmen. The Spider Women are not kind. They take their tribute in silver, lumber, and people. Mothers scar their faces. The mothers scar the faces of their children so as to avoid attracting admiration or jealousy. Old men placate the spiders in their houses with crickets, hoping it will buy them one more winter before the monsters take them.
What?
So, it sounds like the world outside of here is not going to be quite friendly to us.
It may not be. But I may be able to tell you perhaps something more about the future of this cycle.
Okay.
So, first, you should know there's going to be a severe winter storm in 3 weeks with heavy fog.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, a version of the Jorogomo Princess Renmei Li will also make her first visit here during the winter solstice to force you to swear fealty. She isn't the actual princess, but she thinks she is, and she can still kill you. You'll need to convince her to leave without causing trouble, or barring that, kill her before she kills you.
Well, that should be fine. I think I'm fairly accomplished by this point at being able to find common ground with people.
Wait, you're talking about not here in the Mindscape, but here in the normal world.
Say that again.
You're not talking here in the Mindscape, correct?
What do you mean? I am here.
No, I mean, this princess is not coming here, right?
Like I said, the real princess, she has no access to this place. The version that will arrive will act as if she is visiting from elsewhere, but she is not the real one. Yet, I can tell you that this Ren-Mei Li has, for a long time, had an interest in Willow Shore. Though even her powers did not let her, well, investigate much further into it. He looks pointedly towards Bao Zhen. Though she may have had some help.
I see. That makes more sense now. Did I enter this mindscape at the same time as everyone else? Or did I fall into it?
Bao Zhen, you're an interesting one. You've been here, seemingly as long as I have been here. Yet I arrived about halfway through all of the cycles about 60 years ago. Though you may not have always been here. Powers you command. Curious. When one of them is so interested in this place.
If this whole place is a mind, I wonder how much it can be manipulated.
You're still cutting out.
If this whole place is a mind, I wonder if how much it can be manipulated.
It may be that it could be manipulated from the outside. A long game might be played. That I do not know. But you have no more questions. I will leave you with this. You sought your lost governor for answers. And while he may not have realized it, his plan has merit. Transmigration is your salvation. But you must complete his research. Even then, I fear that this magic will only initially allow you to manifest as spirits in the living world. Your eternal lantern stands still in this reality, but it, like the rest, is a fabrication of thought. In the living realm, Magokai has taken this lantern's flame as a trophy. It was the heart of your community, and without it, I fear the most you can do with transmigration is to manifest temporarily as spirits. Yet even as spirits, you may be able to move against him.
Well, what if we had bodies?
You probably don't anymore.
Right, but what if there's a way to alter this ritual in such a way that it also gives us bodies?
It is not out of the realm of possibility. If you return the Eternal Lantern to its rightful place in the real world, then it may act as the bridge necessary for such a powerful ritual. At one point, the Eternal Lantern was blessed by the gods. It is a relic in its own right.
I have notes. More than notes, outlines, diagrams in a book that I carry with me. It's a little bit beyond me, but I wonder if it could contribute at all to the research of our ritual. We would have to get somebody who's an expert in such matters, though, aka nature.
You may. You certainly may. For now, though, if you have any more questions, answer or ask them. I will do my best to answer.
Why have you helped us so much?
Why? Well, there are reasons I may share with you, but not today. You may take solace in that I am here to help you, and worry not why I choose to do so. As he speaks, the raven on the banister sort of caws him, as if impatient or perhaps in warning.
Is he saying he needs to go?
Seems to have more been... He can't tell any more about his own motivations.
I see. That is fair.
If there's nothing else, then I do have some special gifts for you all. Items I have discovered in my travels. Here. May they serve you well, and if they don't, you can always sell them back to me. He lays out a katana, a net, sandals, and a book.
Oh, that's a neat katana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
interesting items.
Mm-hmm. Even though some of them you can't use specifically, certainly many have like sort of rider effects or other things that you can always use. So take them as you will.
Shudo could make use of those sandals.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, am I the only one here who can potentially use the katana?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's another weapon to add to my collection.
Yeah.
Oh, the poem book is cool.
It is. I think I'm gonna take the net.
I was gonna say the net is actually even good if you don't have like athletics and stuff.
Yeah, 30-foot range. Which you can see immobilizes an incorporeal creature. That's pretty good.
Looks like
Mhm.
the book is for Yuya.
Maybe. I have to maybe check a list of what has the linguistic trait for spells.
Very few divine spells are linguistic. Most of the linguistic spells are in the occults.
That's
Three,
what I was
actually.
thinking, because that's the one that bards have.
So maybe that'd be better for Bosin then.
It might.
Like Burning Invocation. Or Blistering Invective, rather.
That's a good point.
There's actually quite a bit of linguistic, Why does Blistering Invective not have linguistic trait? Of course that is linguistic, because a heap of insults and invectives spew from your mouth. I don't know.
Not sure either.
That's fine, though. You can still use it as that. Any talking spell. You really
Okay.
like, yeah.
Which would you rather have?
I
How to do that?
mean, as cool as the book is, basically my options are or message. It's basically, yeah, I could do the message cantrip.
Oh man. Well, the net would still be useful to one of you, I guess, to immobilize enemies.
And yet I'm very often quite busy.
Mm-hmm.
Message cantrip. Let me check my cantrip list real quick. I might actually be able to squeeze that in there. There is a cantrip that I rarely use anymore.
Question would be who would make more use of it, though.
Even though there are 4 items, one person can take 2 if it's better for them. Actually, let's actually put this up to the test. Let's look at what is the total wealth of everyone in the party. Leo Dawn actually has the most wealth, followed by Yuga, Baozin, and then Shugo. But Shugo doesn't need a lot of items anyway, so.
I'm carrying a lot of shenanigans around. Plus, I believe I have, because of the some of the treasures that I keep lugging around as well.
I think I should go to Monaco. Monaco's the poorest.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I could like take the net as well. The problem is I'm genuinely running out of hands to use all of the things on me.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I think I'm gonna take the book. I can make good use out of it.
Okay. I prefer not to lug around a heavy net. So if anybody's interested in that, don't worry about me.
We can always also sell it back to Shinzo.
I'm running out of hands too.
So thanks for your gift. Give us money.
Yeah. Well, he offered when he was like, "Oh yeah, if you don't like them, sell them back to me."
Why doesn't Shugo want the net actually? Since
I
it's like
cannot
captain?
use weapons.
Good point.
Oh wait, we need to make you large.
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure you have to be wielding the net to actually use the envision on it, so...
Generally, with stuff like that, yeah. There we go. Big Shugo.
This is gonna be weird.
Well, I mean, now you're ugly cute size. Like you're like regular size for like stone creatures,
Stone
guardians, yeah. Yeah. I hope that's answered everything. I will see you all later. Every week. Like clockwork.
Maybe we should schedule time for tea each week going forward.
Perhaps. Now that I can be more free with you all. We'll see. I hope you all... well... I hope this works because it is your last chance.
We'll make it work.
I have to wonder what his motivations truly are, though. I suppose we'll find out later. Probably doesn't matter that much right now. I'm just gonna move the net to the party inventory for now.
We have a lot of things on our minds already. Adding more is just going to slow us down at this point.
The week comes to an end. You guys have things to do. I'm gonna move you back out. Oops, wrong one. Oopsie. There we go. Back out into the snow. Or winter, rather. Winter? There we go. Grantland Mountains. Wait, wrong campaign. Anyway.
Also, I just want to point out that we do have a resilient rune in the party inventory attached to that leather armor for somebody.
That'd be good to use.
Let's see. What's my armor? What's my armor?
I think only
Plus
Lydon
one.
and Shugo have the resilient rune so far.
I effectively have it on my Bands of Force.
I do not have it.
Weekly attrition, hope falls by 1, and the other 2 fall by 1.
Good low roll there.
I also get to roll a flat check.
Thank you for not rolling yet another 4, by the way.
Yeah. Ah, okay. So, as you guys are entering this new week, The blustery winds seem to be almost gale force and are blowing snow here and there and causing a lot of trouble for the town. Let's see actually what that trouble is. I'm gonna roll a 1d6. Okay. Unfortunately, the winds eventually broke open one of the grain silos in town and that sort of ripped the roof off of it, and the people of the town are rushing to try and fix it, but one of you could spend your week to reduce the extra attrition to food
Shu will do that.
with nature or survival.
Shu will definitely do that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me that first.
Here's a survival check for you. I'm gonna use a hero point on that.
$26. That is actually going to be a success. So, rather than rolling a 1d4, which would have been a 2, you minimize the damage. Only a little bit of the grain is destroyed by the moisture and such. Only 1. So food reduces by 1 more. You're basically doing that for the week, sort of shoring up the whole thing, sort of, you know, figuring out how to get, like, animals out of the grain again, all of that. It's a lot of work to get it done, so the week is done for you. However, the rest of the party, you have an option or you have a chance to do some more research. Pretty much what's happening for you guys.
Well, I definitely want to contribute my religion expertise to this research now that I'm in better shape.
Given that they're a bit under a time crunch, Liaodon is gonna redouble his efforts.
Go for it. Anybody who wants to, with any of the, like, normal magic-based checks, so nature, cultism, religion, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not doing that 20. No. I know. Hero point. 25.
Okay. And Baozen, just need yours.
Okay. I'm gonna hero
21.
point that.
Okay. 2 on the dice and you still get a 21.
That's a lot better.
34 is actually a critical success. You're making up for Liaodon as they're pouring through more of their father's notes. They sort of come to an impasse and you go down different tangents here and there, and none of them lead anywhere for you, unfortunately, Liaodon. And trying to keep the secret from your sister also makes it so you're having a hard time sifting through it, since your sister was the one who sort of organized all of your father's notes from all those years ago. Yet, let's see. You guys do learn a bit more. So Baozen +2, Yuga +1. It's 3 more research points. You're at total of 5. Where is the research? Is it in the other journal? You know, the hard thing about this kind of campaign is that there's a whole bunch of shit everywhere, and it's actually pretty hard to run. So, but I like it because I'm actually using the non-combat mechanics of a campaign instead of Kingmaker, where it's just awful. Anyway. Kingmaker is still amazing. Let's see, where is my research stuff? Research, yes, okay.
I liked what they were trying to do, but it felt
It was
so clunky.
Yeah. Honestly, just play a round of Civilization or something, make a map. That's basically the Stolen Lands. But anyway, let's see. With this extra research that you guys were able to do, you learn including a metaphorical nod and concession towards the longevity in life itself is important. Okay, including a metaphorical nod and concession towards longevity in life itself is important for the ritual. Feathers from a Huron, long believed to live for centuries and capable of purifying spirits as they transition to new lives, would make the perfect component for the ritual. The feathers must be gathered from a living bird, who must still be alive when the ritual is cast as well. Beyond this, the burning of rare incense and specially treated slats of sakaki wood serve as the best components for the ritual, but the process of preparing those sakaki slats is expensive and time-consuming. Even more exciting, hints of a more powerful version of Transmigrate might allow for many more souls than just yours to escape the Mindscape with you. But yes, Huron feathers and sakaki slats.
Thank you. I don't know how to spell that.
Yeah. I don't know what they are, but they're wood. Treated wood of some sort.
Where in the world are we going to find herons? Says like the boy who like never leaves town.
I can go try to find herons.
Would
I
they
don't-
count as still living birds if they're in this Mindscape of it?
That's a very good question.
Yuga starts to cry.
Oh, he's crying again.
He's fine. He's fine.
It's just we might need to ask Shinzo for this, but I'm not sure if. Well, about the deeper intricacies of what's alive in here and what isn't.
Just because we're dead doesn't mean we're not alive. Right?
I mean, fair, but
It's been a weird month.
So did I hear this correctly? There might be a stronger version of this ritual.
That's the impression we're getting.
Does that mean we could save everybody in town?
Yep.
I think so.
Yes.
I hope so.
Just some ritual components, just so you know what you're dealing with.
It's so cool. Thank you. We can. And I'm not going to give up until we find it.
I can start working on gathering these ingredients. I'm not much use researching, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Unless another disaster happens, like with the grain storage.
Okay, but as you guys are going through the week here, first of all, Yami, the cat, runs up to each of you and drops something off.
Oh no.
I thought you would like this.
I can't wait to find out what this is.
It, smells funny. It was in the water for some reason. Smells like catnip, but it doesn't give me the same effect, so I figured you'd like it. A waterproof bag of saffron is granted to you guys. For the 100 gold pieces.
Saffron?
Wow.
Thank you.
That's way more useful than the dead squirrel.
I thought you would enjoy the dead squirrel.
I enjoyed the message of the dead squirrel. You bringing it and giving it to us was very touching.
Well, it's not fun making dead squirrels dance, and you forbade me from making corpses dance, so... Got any dead bodies or of something else that is fun to make dance?
What if I have an idea for you? What if you made like branches dance or something?
You misunderstand. I can only make zombies. As per the Create Undead ritual.
I'm deeply sorry to hear that.
But I only make them dance, I don't make them attack people or anything. It's just fun to, have a puppet dance around for you. And I'll dance with it into the night.
Right.
Sugar just keeps like staring at Yami.
I know.
Yep.
The very large cat, basically as large as Shugo was, rushes off into the distance. But
How are you supposed to explain these things to a cat?
I've actually given up, I'll be honest.
At least Yami has stopped messing with bodies.
That we know of.
We're just gonna come back one day and there's gonna be a dance troupe at the tea house.
I mean, it almost happened once.
by the way, since you guys got a little bit more research done, give yourselves 20 experience points for that. And 120 experience points for the talk with Shinzo. Now, I think I need to roll for the unexpected trouble this week. No unexpected trouble.
The attrition.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Only one hope loses. People seem to understand your objectives and understand why you're doing them. They're not freaking out just yet, and winter, while blustery, has been calm, generally so far. Alright. So. Oh, actually, one more thing. At the end of last week, you guys, find, or actually talked to, sorry, I'm just getting my bearings, by someone you haven't seen in a while, Sumika. She rushes up to you all, with her bow in hand. She's one of the, hunters of the lodges outside of town. You helped her out very early on when the town was being attacked by the gremlins.
Yeah.
And she helped us a lot when we were looking for Ugly Cute and whatnot.
Oh, yes. Oh, hello, hello again. I've been healing up just fine. Scars is all that remains from what happened all those months ago, but I didn't want to ask for any more help until it became serious, and over the past few weeks we've been having a little bit of an issue, us hunters.
Please explain the issue. We would love to hear about it.
There's it's not actually that big of an issue, but several of our traps and lines have been ripped open and burned. I thought it was just some children playing a prank or, rowdy teens or something, but it's been pretty consistent for a while now, here and there out in the wilderness. And we've noticed, now that the snows have fallen, there are burn marks and snow in random spots we keep finding.
Burn marks?
Not sure what kind of creature would be doing that, but
If this is interrupting being able to gather food for the village, then we will need to look into it.
I'm in.
Yes, we will go investigate.
yes, thank you. It was south of the village that we were finding it. I couldn't tell you specifically Well, maybe I can lead you to one of them, and then you can maybe follow up a trail or something.
That would be helpful.
It would be. Thank you so much for bringing this to us.
Ever since you've taken this governorship role, you've seemed quite confident, Yuga. I remember when you weren't as such, and you would always call for our aid when there were, well, animals invading the cathedral's graveyard.
I've had to grow up very, well, faster than I was, I suppose.
Well, I suppose you have. You've grown into your role quite well. Ah, well. The crisp winter out here, it's lovely, but, and it also makes for easier hunting in some respects, easier to find tracks. Yet we can't really do anything if all the traps and blinds are being ruined. Here, look. She takes you up to a trap that, one of those box traps you just lure an animal into and you get it trapped in there and then you deal with them later. But it's been burned out. Like, there's a big burst of, like, almost an explosion around the trap, as if a gout of flame just erupted from it. That's not supposed to happen, I think you would agree.
That is fairly abnormal.
And there's singes on the trees and this and that. I'm thankful the winter's weather has been strong. There has been much snowfall, else we might have ended up with a forest fire. This arsonist, or whoever they are, needs to be dealt with, but I just can't seem to track them down.
Arsonist, you say? That brings something to mind.
Maybe you could find a track or something. I must get back to our other hunts. We really need to keep them up to feed the town as much as we can.
Understandable. Thank you so much for this.
She rushes off into the snow-covered forest.
For the record, the Odon bows in. She was very much exaggerating. I wasn't really, like, afraid of the wild animals or anything.
With the impression that she wasn't exaggerating by much.
I thought maybe there was, something. So let's investigate these scorch marks. Maybe we can determine, were they all coming from roughly the same place? Were they coming from various other spots? I'm sure we can learn a lot about this.
To begin with, is this explosion, is it magical in nature, or did it happen naturally, I wonder? Well, without magic.
Yeah, you could roll an Arcana.
I should go suggest this to the group.
Let's see. Oh, that rule disappeared. I don't know the result.
27.
I'm keeping that.
Okay. Right on. Judging by the way the scorch marks have landed on the snow, or have melted snow and then sort of scorched trees and such, it definitely seems magical. Like quick bursts of flame rather than some, like, torch or something that's been poked at it, right? Like a fireball or something like that has exploded and it's just a quick burst and then that's it.
The other one shares that info with the party.
Maybe we can track this somehow. See if there's any other markings that might be leading anywhere.
Oh, Shugo would have probably asked before she left, but when did this happen?
Seems to have been happening for a week or two.
Are there any signs of tracks or anything nearby?
Always roll survival.
I shall roll survival.
I need to turn down the audio a little bit. There we go.
I may have +1 to this. Let me check really quick. Yes, I have train expertise forest.
Trained expertise forest. How much does that give you?
Just +1.
Okay. Does anybody else wish to aid?
I would definitely aid.
Okay.
First of all, I lost it. Hold on. I hate when I do this. I have... Okay, I'm just going to explain that I have a +1 to this roll as well from my umbrella, from my cloak. So a 30 for aiding.
Okay, so with that addition, Hugo, you were sort of going in circles before Yuga sort of allows you to see something you weren't seeing. These singe marks on the trees seem to be actually what you should be following, because for some reason their passage seems to be very light on the snow, if at all. But the trees, there's many like hand marks that have been singed into trees here and there, and that seems to be a trail of sorts you could follow.
We should definitely do that.
Okay. So, as you follow the trail, you eventually reach deeper into the forest, down to a pond that sometimes, you know, teens or children of the village would come out to and, you know, have a picnic or something at. But now, frozen in this landscape, it lies still. And these are some of my newer maps, by the way. I loved making these ones. It came together really well. And as you arrive here,
I will need to be enlarged.
why didn't it? I thought I'd change your prototype token to be large. Let me fix that. 2, update token. There we go. So, as you reach this area here, you find that there is a figure standing amidst the snow. They're coddling something in their arms. Oop, wrong one. Wrong person. They're really good at it. Hold on. There we go, okay.
Oh.
They seem to pretty quickly understand your approach. This, sort of ragged, clothed kitsune, pure white, the snow around her, coddling what seems to be a kitsune child, wrapped in claws in one arm, and flames sort of brimming at their fingertips like sparks coming off of it, almost out of their control, it seems. They look over in your direction, and they look around, trying to find a place to run.
Please, we only wish to talk.
Roll an immediate diplomacy.
Of course, I closed it. No, I'm not accepting that.
Okay.
Hero. 24.
Okay, so she looks around. Looks to you all. At least there's no humans among you. What do you want?
We only wish to find out why traps have been getting destroyed. It's bad for the village.
Bad for... I don't care if it's bad for the village. You're hurting harmless animals, and... You don't know what it's like.
You're right. We don't. Maybe you could tell us more.
There was a village of mostly of trappers. They weren't getting enough foxes trapped, probably because they overdid it. And I was just a hermit with my child. And they came along and killed me and my baby brother.
Oh no.
He thought I was the cause of the misfortune. I was somehow protecting the foxes. As if I was Daikitsu herself.
It's terrible.
It wasn't this village, right? It was some other village?
No, I don't know where that other village is, but... I just hate trappers. I hate humans. They're destructive. They don't live in harmony with nature. They cull their wildlife, and then they wonder why there's nothing left. Come after innocents due to their own superstitions, wanting someone to blame.
I definitely understand where you're coming from here. If trapping is done without respect for the natural world, populations will deplete. And there will be suffering. But at the same time, people still need to eat.
Roll diplomacy check.
Okay. I'm literally dying. Do I have anything?
You guys get your halfway hero point?
Not yet.
I mean, you should.
I'm gonna use a hero point because I really want this one to go okay. Please. Daikitsu, why? Be with me here, please.
I don't even know why I'm here. I've tried to leave this area, but I keep getting turned back by the fog. I don't understand what's going on. All I know is I'm trying to enact this sort of vengeance. That's what I thought I was here for. And I was dead in some sort of purgatory.
We're trapped too.
What do you mean you're trapped? What is this
Fog.
place? What is all of this?
We're all trapped in some kind of a strange... I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes sense, but we call it a mindscape?
Well, I died. I remember the flames when they burned down our hut. There's no way we survived that. Now the flames seem to flicker inside of my body. I'm using them now. Don't have much
Can't say I
control.
fully understand why you would still be here. How long ago? Do you know how long ago it was you died?
I don't know. I just
You don't.
walked. I remember waking up amidst the snow.
Maybe she died on the outside and got pulled in here somehow.
That could be a possibility. Or her spirit was simply stuck here and waiting until the winter to emerge.
Does she seem like a spirit to me, or is she...
She seems as real as anybody else here.
I don't think you are dead here. I think you are the same as us.
Well, I did die. I know that I did, but if this is some place to trap us here, then I guess I'm here with you.
So you know about the immediate surroundings. Have you seen a village just kind of, what would we say, northwest of where we are?
And I've stayed well far away from it. I've just been rushing through the forest and trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to find a safe place for my brother.
Were you able to confirm whether or not you truly saw a village, a living village?
Yes, I think. But I didn't go in. I saw many humans running around and saw your hunters doing their work. It enraged me.
What if I said there was a way that you might be able to come back?
Come back. I
Well,
don't
become
know how.
alive again.
If what you're saying is true, then I guess. I guess I would want to come back, not even just for me, but for my younger brother here. He deserves a life. He deserves not to have it cut so short. He was only a year old. Well, less than that. A few months at most. This town of yours, is it safe? Can we stay there?
Safest we can make it.
I know I'm
If
If
dead.
you promise not to cause any damage to the village with fire, then yes. Yes, absolutely you can come.
I think the more I settle down, the more the flames die down in my heart. I think if I'm not in danger, I can control them.
Do you have any any skills? Maybe we could even find a place for you beyond just a place to rest your head.
Well, I was always good with children, I suppose. There's children in town, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Oh, maybe I could help brighten their spirits. They always gathered around me at our old little hamlet of Kitsune. I was the minder of the children. A teacher, even, for some of them.
you might be exactly what the kids need right now, then.
Okay. All right, I'll go with you, but only as long as this place keeps me here, I suppose. Or, I don't know. It's not like I have anywhere to be other than in the boneyard.
Of course.
Yeah. Look, I think I can give something to you. He picks up a stone on the floor there, and it begins to float and ignites with fire. He drops it down into one of your hands. Maybe this can help you.
Oh my goodness. I hold up this rune stone and I show it to Shugo and Leodon. It's warm.
A little warmth might be helpful nowadays with the cold.
This is a lot. Thank you.
But yes, please come back to the village with us. We will... The children will love you, I'm sure.
Okay.
And there are other kitsune here in town as well that I'm sure you will love to meet.
We also have a shrine to Daikitsu. If that's at all of interest to you.
We had a shrine to Daikitsu. How come? It'd be good to pray to her again. More in thanks than anything. Perhaps for this chance for both of us. Another chance that we maybe have been given here. Okay, I'm ready to come with you.
Let's go together. Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
think I actually might even have a wand just to help either her or the kids stay warm on the way back. Yeah. Because I don't imagine I'd have any other use for it today.
Enduring elements or environmental endurance, yeah.
Yeah.
It's much better for my way that I'll scorch him with my flames, but this helps. Thank you. And as you take them back into town, a couple of people start to gather around and sort of gawk at the new person being introduced.
Oh, that's... What is your name? I don't think we got that. Huh?
Oh, it's Rin. Just R-I-N.
Yuka, it's a pleasure.
People that sort of show up to look on at this new person that's actually entering town. There's a lot of whispers that begin to happen. Was this person always around? How did they get here? What's going on with her? That flame that seems to flicker in her hand. Do they know what they're doing bringing her here? That sort of thing that's being whispered on the voices. A bit of distrust. You lose 4 hope points.
That's cool.
That doesn't sound like a bit of distrust.
I believe she was lost in the woods with her little brother. I firmly believe that we have to come together.
Many of them shrugs
It's
their
the only way
shoulders.
we can survive. It's the only way any of us live.
Roll
Is by
diplomacy
coming
check.
together and bringing what skills we have to help each other. Because if we can't do that, then we're as good as gone.
You hear more sort of whispered words or sort of comments here and there. Another mouth to feed. Those flames of hers should burn the whole place down. strangers at this time of year? We don't have room for her. There's a lot of distrust, seemingly, aired about this. But only perhaps time will tell what the results are. For now, though, people are distrustful. Not able
I'm
to
helping.
really assuage any of it. Actually, I'll give you one back for that.
Yay!
There we go. So, now...
It's the, oh, Yuga's trying his best point.
Mm-hmm. Rushes off into the village, gets acquainted with people. Seems fine. Nothing immediately wrong with it, so... That is the official end of that week. I already did the attrition and other stuff for the start of this week, so now I need you guys to tell me what you're doing for the week.
I'm extremely interested in the possibility of being able to expand the ritual that we're researching into whatever stronger version. Is that something that I can work on with like religion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I aid?
And I'm in.
Or would it be better to do independent research?
It would be
think
better to do
independent.
independent.
Yeah.
Do independent then.
Cool. 23. That's great. I'm really feeling it now.
You don't really make much of a breakthrough yourself. Belzin, however, you start accumulating a little bit more knowledge. Leodon, anything you were doing?
Probably just going to continue researching more on the ritual in general.
Okay. And Shugo, what was your plan?
Is there anything else that needs to be done around town at all, or not this week?
Not this week, but you did hear about those Huron feathers that you would need
Oh,
to
yes.
pluck from a live Huron.
I did mention that he was gonna go start trying to gather those ingredients.
Roll me a survival
so
check for that.
He's gonna go try to find some birds.
Mm-hmm. Spend the week. Very good.
If they're in the forest, I get a +1.
Most of it is forest. Shenmen is a forest country. Shugo, you spend most of the week searching the hinterlands in an attempt to find Huron. And, whether you sort of try to rush out and scare them so they drop their feathers, or you try to pluck one from a living Huron, there are, well, quite a few feathers you're able to net. Enough to catch the ritual twice, you think, by the end of this week. You could, of course, go for more, but, you have 2 chances at the ritual, with the Huron feathers at least. So you've done that. Baozin, yes, success. So let's start with Baozin's success, because that gets you guys a next tier research. Most of Governor Hayes' research focused on the concept of sacrifice. In particular, the sacrifice of one life in order to propel another worthier life out of this mindscape purgatory,
Oh boy.
in which the sacrificed life was ritualistically incinerated in a clay shell within a huge kiln. This was less because of an inboard predilection towards evil on the governor's part, and more of a shortcut and a concession due to his lack of knowledge of reincarnation. At this point in the research, though, you could posit that by instead placing the person to be transmigrated into such a clay shell, and then fired in a huge kiln, the sacrifice of life can be internalized, so that only the target to be transmigrated is affected. Of course, failure to perform the ritual correctly would result in painful and potentially lethal burns, but such a risk would be worth it for anyone wishing to avoid having to sacrifice one life for another.
Sacrificing other people's lives is 100% out of the question.
Absolutely.
The possibility of a greater transmigration ritual is confirmed, despite Yuga's issues with it, and it might even allow you to transmigrate the whole town into the living world. Not only just the souls of the people, new bodies, or, well, bodies that would match them here, but also even the town structures to replace the ruins that exist there now.
Oh my goodness.
And because of Liaodon's critical success, you are able to complete the formula for the transmigration ritual that draws much of the power you need from the Eternal Lantern, in fact. You also know that as long as the Eternal Lantern remains unlit in the living world, as you've been told by Shinzo, you'll only be able to cast the 4th rank version of the ritual, not the 5th rank one that would allow for a more permanent return. The sort of spirit break out into the real world, where you wouldn't be fully incarnated, but rather spirits.
Then we'd have to cast it twice, wouldn't we?
It seems like you would.
To return and light the lantern, and a second time to finalize the change.
So give yourselves a total of 90 experience points, and you have completed the research that you needed to do.
The ritual does seem quite risky, though. Burning ourselves alive in a kiln.
On the other hand, we're going to pass away anyway if we don't do this. How exciting!
Now, as for the preparation, you have the Huron feathers, but you need to build the kiln, which would probably take a week and a crafting check from somebody, and a little bit of money. But also, the most important part is the Sakaki slats. They need to be soaked in special oils, but it cannot be rushed, because the soaking process takes a while. In fact, you imagine it would take about 6 weeks before you could, well, use them for a ritual.
Oh my goodness.
So we should get that started immediately.
Well,
Do we even have 6 weeks?
I think we do. I think this is, what, week 3 of winter?
Mm-hmm. And there are 12 weeks in winter. As normal. 4, 8, 12.
So we'll have to get it started. You're right. We can still do this.
Alright.
Let's get started then.
So that week ends. And as it does end, you, are approached all by a nervous-looking Aruka, in fact. One of the, kitsune that, you saved from the paper mill disaster a few weeks ago. Sorry to, interrupt y'all's work, but, Yuga, you might want to know, what's going on with your dad. He's had a little bit of a, breakdown, as it was.
I need to see him immediately.
He's all right. He's in one of our lodge houses, but the paper mill. As she explains while you're walking along with him, that was where he was living. And after the attack on the village at the start of spring, or at the start of summer rather, your family home was pretty much destroyed. He'd been living in the paper mill for quite a while. And since you were off doing stuff, the home has fallen into even further disrepair. But now that the paper house was ruined, he was trying to return home, and you'll see. As she guides you guys over towards, move this there, towards the one of the, you know, little houses for the workers, you find upstairs, Kawakamina is sort of sitting on one of the beds of theirs and has some tea in their hands. He seems fine, a little shaken, as other workers sort of gather around, worried about him.
Father! I rush over to his side, even though he looks fine.
There you are, Yuka. You shouldn't have come. I'm fine. I'm alright. Just a little cold. He was out in the snow for a while.
What are you doing out there?
Nothing. I was just going home. And they took me from home. Mr. Mina, that place was collapsed. You were sitting in the snow. She turns to you all. He said, when we tried to bring him out of there, he was delirious from exposure. Sitting in the middle of the ruined house of yours. When we tried to drag him out and get him to shelter, he fought back and cried out something like, "No, I need to stay here at home where I've always belonged," or something like that. Something crazy. But, then, bits of rubble and debris began to fly about the place. I figured the place was haunted and it was getting into his head. We were able to get him out, though, after I got a few others to help out. He's safe now, a little rattled. I think he's gonna need to take some time. Get his head straight. I think,
You think it might be haunted?
yeah, I think so. Something's gotten in there, your old house.
This is my fault. If only I'd paid more attention.
You were busy. Everyone in town knows what you've sacrificed, and your father's a stubborn man. He wasn't going to ask you for help. He lived quite nicely in the paper mill. We turned an office into a bedroom for him, and he was perfectly happy with it. Wasn't going to ask y'all to waste your time rebuilding your home. I think he said something like, well, all the kids are moved out, and, your mother's not around either, so...
Right.
But, yeah, with the paper mill kind of destroyed, he thought to go back home and try to fix up the place a little bit. And then this all happened. He's not really talked much. Maybe if you do something about that, ghosty or whatever it is, it'll help him out, maybe?
I think it just might. Dad, you idiot. Yeah. I'm your son. Come to me. If you need anything, I'll be there.
You've got more things to worry about now. Much more than your old man.
Well, it sounds like what I have to worry about now is a haunting. And that affects more than just my old man, doesn't it?
Ugh. But goes back to his tea. A little wild-eyed. Yeah, he seems to have been through something, and he's a stubborn old man, not wanting to talk about it, not willing to really admit fault or anything like that. But maybe it'll help if you figure out what's going on.
Sure will.
Well, place is almost overgrown at this point, but, you know where your old home is, of course.
Of course.
I'll stay here with the man then. Keep him company. Go deal with those ghosts.
Thank you very much for everything you've done.
Okay. I assume you guys head off over to Yuga's home.
You're all coming with me.
Assume we don't get a choice then.
Nope.
Head
We'll
back.
of course help them.
Let me change the music before I place you down.
Maybe we can even help him rebuild the house. Once this is dealt with.
Yuga kind of just like steeples his fingers together and looks down bashfully and doesn't verbally respond.
You guys pass through a bit of an overgrown path to Yuga's old home. It was definitely more sequestered than other homes around town, but Yuga, in your mind, you can imagine it like it was before, when you were running around here as a kid, in fact. You haven't been
This
back
is
here
so
in
strange.
a long time since this all started.
It's been so many months now since I've last been here. My goodness.
Do you want to do the honors, Yuga?
Of course. And I make sure that my my funny scarf is handy. Let me link it in chat as a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I have a funny ring.
I love funny rings.
Spirit side ring, and yeah, So, you don't really feel all that much, Yuga, until you start stepping onto the sort of frozen, half-collapsed sort of... All the roof seems to have collapsed inwards. You guys were pretty, you know, you used like a pretty simple roof, so it's collapsed in by this point, and disappeared like a hay roof or something like that. Very traditional home that you guys lived in. And as you step up here, the scarf does begin to billow just a little bit, more than just the winter's winds would provide.
Oh, they were right. There's definitely something here.
We should take care of it then.
Ordinarily, I feel like I would be excited, but there's something melancholic about all of this.
Yuga, are you going to be okay?
Of course. Of course I'll be okay. He walks up to the door, clearly not like a completely okay. I'll try opening it.
Creaks open. You find a familiar, but yet certainly unfamiliar sight. Much of the building has a lot of snow that sort of found its way in through the many holes in the ceiling. A lot of it has fallen to ruin, especially after the gremlins had their way with it all those months ago. Never,
Yeah.
like many actual homes in town, some where everyone unfortunately perished and nobody was going to rebuild their home. Others moved in with other people and there were more important matters, and yours was one such home.
It hurts to see it like this.
Shugo squeezes his way inside.
Ducking through, the floorboards creak as you enter Shugo.
Well, I'm gonna check here first. I open this one.
Down there into your, where the kitchen would have been, pantry and such. Thousand, I assume you would also be entering.
Yes.
Okay.
Just in the back a bit, listening more than speaking.
As you all enter this strange Very quiet, almost liminal space. I need a will save.
It rolled over a 1, and my mind was like, yeah, that checks out.
Belzin and Liadon. Both of you are suddenly taken upon by the sweet smells of home-cooked pies. Cozy blankets begin to appear around you all, and the place looks inviting. So inviting that, you don't feel cold anymore. You don't feel the brisk winds on your scales. You don't even notice your allies. You don't remember why you were here. All you want to do is, stay around, get cozy for the winter. Yuga and, actually, Yuga and Shugo. For a moment, there's this shimmer in the air as these same effects attempt to take over your minds, but as the shimmering starts, you steel yourselves against it, casting out this illusion on yourselves, and you see everything just as it is at the moment, but Liaodon and Baozin look a little funny.
Biodan? Baozin? Are you okay?
What?
Fresh tea is on the kettle for Liaodon.
Good.
She's just gonna reach out and shake Bosin a little bit.
Baozin, make a will save. This giant teddy bear of Shugo starts to embrace you.
This is terrifying.
Oh, it's just sugar. I thought you were a bear.
You still see things as they are in that very cozy way, but you don't feel compelled to stick around. You don't feel like you need to stay anymore, and you start to remember why you're here.
Right.
Liaodon, you take up a tea kettle, pour yourself some tea, and drink it. It's delicious and, well, quite refreshing.
I could be here forever. Good book, some nice tea, a nice and cozy place.
Hey, Biodan, this is my house. This is my family's home. There's nothing there.
You hear nagging from another room. Roll a will save, Liaodon.
Nagging.
Can't believe it.
You are able to sort of realize, oh wait, I'm here for a reason. This stuff, as nice as it seems, must be fake. It's still, again, to you and Baozin, the place looks really cozy. You're still affected by this illusory environment, but you're not compelled to take part in it. Shugo and Yuga critically succeeded, so they don't see any of it.
There's definitely something amiss here.
What was that? What were you two doing?
What?
No judgment on you. I'm
Strange.
trying to understand the nature of the haunting.
Everything
Well-
seemed comfortable for a moment.
Everything looks just
Oh.
like a nice little house. Everything is just comfortable and inviting here.
I see. Thank you for telling me. that explains a few things about why my father would act the way he did. A man like that, can you imagine? Can you imagine? No. It explains so much. And I head toward where presumably the bedrooms would be.
Mm-hmm. Open the
I
door.
open.
Bedroom as well looks much like the rest of the place. But stepping out of seemingly the many sort of, for one of the sections of paper wall that was partially destroyed, is a creature that is hard to describe. Creature with the head of a house, an inviting place, a teacup sort of floating about it, hands that are hooves and feet that are regular feet, a nice gown on them, almost as if they would be dressed as a servant. Are you here to stay? Please stay. You're back home, Yuga.
Oh, you recognize me?
I do. I watched you grow up. I've been here for so long with your family. Generations of the Minas. I'm Tenon. I've taken care of the place. Kept evil spirits at bay for you. Made it a place you can feel at home.
You did all that?
I did. I was here the whole time. I usually like to, not reveal myself because sometimes for our kind, people mistake us for ghosts or evil spirits or something, and it's hard for us to explain it. So we stay hidden. But we appreciate the company. We appreciate what we do for you. But it's all come crashing down. After you all moved out, I was so alone. Especially after those creatures trashed the place, I have no ability to repair or change things in the physical sort of space. I can make you feel a little bit more at home, make things feel better when you're here mentally, but physically I can do nothing. And now there's nobody here. Nobody here to stay.
Unfortunately,
I'll be lonely forever.
we mortals aren't able to handle being exposed to the elements like this. So if you put them into that kind of a state,
Didn't want him to go.
there's the risk of us getting hurt. We could die of cold.
So alone. I thought he would maybe fix up the place, but I think I overdid it with the illusions. But you're here now. You can
I
move in
appreciate-
again.
I actually really like that idea. I appreciate what you've done. I would like to restore this home. Even if it isn't my family that moves in, there's so many other people that lost their homes. Isn't that a good idea? We could rebuild. We could give people a place to stay.
As long as I'm not alone, I would miss your family, but it is your generational home. I think maybe.
Well, I'm sure my father would actually move back in once this place is repaired.
Yes,
But
yes,
in
repair
order
it.
for him to do that, you cannot interfere with anybody's mental state.
Okay. I can do that. Well, I was really afraid because I hadn't seen anybody for so long. And if this place crumbles away, if There are no walls anymore to the building. That's it for me. If the walls crumble, I will die. I can only exist if I have a home to exist within. And it has to be this one too. I can't change which place I've been bound to.
I see.
Maybe you can ask the townsfolk. Fix up the place.
Would you allow us to do that without causing anybody to feel compelled?
No, I wouldn't do any of that. I would. Now that you've told me that this will happen, there's no reason for me to. I wouldn't want to ruin it. Again.
May I step closer for a moment?
Sure, yes.
That I do so? And I bow deeply in gratitude.
You don't need to bow to me.
I think if what you say is true, and I do believe you, then you deserve gratitude.
I
So thank you.
didn't know what gratitude, what it felt like. I always just did my work silently. I prefer it that way, usually, but maybe this is an opportunity, yes, to accept it. Your family's thanks for watching over your home.
Even if it's just this once.
Just this once, yes. I'll go back into the walls. I'll watch over you. Well, watch over your father. Whoever lives here, it doesn't matter. As long as it's rebuilt and somebody lives here, it'll be good again. Yes, you've given me hope.
Now that I understand how important it is to you, we definitely will. We are in a difficult month, though. I apologize if it takes some time.
It's okay. It should... I'm not sure it'll last the winter, though, so... the snows are heavy, and I think
have some free time.
storms are coming. Sorry, go ahead, Dozen.
I have some free time on my hands. Most of our research.
You're quiet again. You gotta really fix your mic, because it just... Yeah.
I have some more time now that most of our research is finished. I could come and do some repairs to the best of my ability.
Maybe, yes. I think it'll be more than just you, though. Your town's effort. Whatever you need to do. I'll be here. I'll be here. As they sort of shyly...
Maybe that's what the town needs. Maybe we can come together and start restoring some houses together. Maybe that'll lift up our spirits a bit. Working together to help each other. This could work.
Steps back into the walls. Once more. You're all left, and the illusion drops completely from Baozin and Liadon. You see the decrepit space once more.
We need to get that treated wood first. Get that started, but then we can help.
I would be surprised if my dad didn't want to help. So, yeah, we'll do the treated wood, make sure that that's going. Then Baozin and I will see what we can do about gathering folks. Try to get a home restoration team set up.
Well, you've helped me with my tea house, so it's only good I repay the favor as well.
Thank you.
Alright. So I assume you guys leave the home behind?
Yeah. I want to report in with my father and the one whose name I already forgot. Oh no.
Aruka.
Aruka.
Well, that's great then. A lot of us do have time during the winter, but it might take some resources from the town. You're gonna have to maybe convince some of the townsfolk that it's a good idea. Gonna
I
take
think it
some
might
time.
bolster the spirits of town if we can get some of these houses back up in order.
Might be right. Either way, I think until this is all figured out and the home's rebuilt, fixed up, I think your dad's gonna be a little bit sullen for a while. Do what you want to do. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Come by the tea house more.
Got work to do. You've got your duties, I've got mine.
What are you doing?
Well, the paper mill's destroyed. I was going through old paperwork, organizing. Organizing the paperwork, yes.
Take some of that to the tea house. It's warm there. You can get relaxing drinks whenever you need it. You can... We have space we could even set up for you in some of the meeting rooms if you ever want privacy. You don't have to stay there. I'm just saying it might be good for you to get out and visit.
Fine. It's because I can't say no to your invitation. It would be rude. Sure.
That's more like it.
Yeah. That is the end of that week. Attrition occurs.
Did you all hear how grateful he was?
And food goes spent by 1. Still doing pretty fine on the other things, but hope seems to be dwindling. People are sort of more shut in and not a lot is going on. People are just like sort of surviving on their own, not working together as much. But after a week's time, and Rin is in town here, you do catch quite a few times Rin running around with the other children, sort of throwing snowballs and making little magic shows with sparks from her hands. And it does seem to lighten the spirits around town, at least for the children a little bit. A new friend to run around with, and she seems lighthearted and almost childlike in her, ability to have fun and such. So, yeah, you get a little bit of hope back, actually, a refund of hope. Now that people see that it's a little bit better to have Rin around. So, I need to roll a DC 16. Alright, no other unexpected troubles occur. You guys now have a week. What are you guys doing this week? The research is basically completed, but there are some preparations. The kiln, the Sakaki slats, you already have the heron feathers. The home could be helped rebuilt, that sort of thing.
Didn't we have some rituals that we could potentially cast to help stuff in town?
We do have rituals. Let me link my book. Sorry, it takes a while sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
However, it would all depend on finding one that would actually be beneficial. What we could do, actually, Sweetest Solstice might actually be helpful for the town. Because that one, if successful, will actually feed us sesame soup and rice balls for a week, the entire town, or potentially more if we crit, and will help with against fear effects, which mechanically it saves against fear effects, but I wouldn't be surprised if that had an effect on people's worries in a general sense.
Certainly could help the hope of the town.
I do like that one.
There's something to keep in mind that we might be able to do to help with things.
That being said, it would actually need to be done. It can be done once each winter season, and it's easiest if it's done the night of the winter solstice.
The night of the winter solstice is in... When is it? Hold on. I know there is one thing that actually tells me somewhere.
I'm just waiting for you to say last week.
No, it is in the future. Let's see. Okay, it is in 2 weeks.
The trouble with this one is we need to find somebody in town who is a cooking lore expert. We had one, probably,
Yeah.
and I don't know who else to ask at this point.
I'm sure we can put the word out eventually.
I mean, it's possible Willowshore lore might lead to that knowledge.
You know somebody else, actually, who... Well, of cooks in town, the one most notable you know is Mama Bao. You've helped
Right.
with her shop.
Like, twice now.
Mm-hmm.
That actually might be perfect, considering the nature of the ritual.
I think we should do that ritual in 2 weeks' time.
I want to try to get her buy-in first, just to make sure that we would have preparations ready in time for the ritual.
Although the secondary casters might be very difficult to round up.
Diplomacy, performance, religion. Oh, hey, I'm an expert in 2 of those, and so I mean, who else could we get? We could get, if we want performance, there's the theater manager.
Mm-hmm. Religion could be done by you or Bowsen. I don't know who has religion in the group.
I'm an expert in religion.
Good work, yeah. What are you guys doing from here?
So this week, preparing wood and whatnot isn't really Shugo's strong point, unfortunately. He doesn't really do any crafting, obviously.
So for the purpose of the Sakaki, that is something you just go to the town as a whole for support with. You don't really do any of it yourself. Because it takes a while, it's a long, arduous process, and it's simple enough, but it's just long, arduous, not something you guys would do individually. So, all you need to do... actually, since you guys have enough reputation to be admired by South Bank, you don't even need to pay the price, because you can just ask, you just call in some favors and stuff in the industrial district. And, yeah, no check is required to prepare them. So, the process takes about 6 weeks. You can start it this week. We'll keep track.
Shugo can spend his time this week arranging that and getting that set up.
Okay. So... Oop. Let me just do this to make sure I remember. 6 weeks. Currently, week 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright. So, you sort of organize that. That's set up for you guys. It doesn't really take the week for you to do that.
Okay. Then any remaining time, Shugo would probably start gathering supplies to help rebuild the house.
Okay.
And I want to be working on gathering people for that. Putting
Roll
together,
diplomacy.
a crew, making sure people like remember everything that Kawaka's done for the town.
Mm-hmm. Diplomacy, and you can also roll nature for the sort of supplies, maybe foraging and such.
Sure, I'll do it. You want me to do a nature then?
Yep.
Can I do a crafting to work on the house? Build it up?
Absolutely. Wow.
Oh,
Okay, you guys are pulling it together for this. Huh.
it rolled over a 20. I'm so mad.
Ah!
Unfortunate.
I've not been seeing any rolls. Let me quickly reload.
Yeah, there is a bug recently where rolls aren't showing. If you get desynced, it's annoying. It was perfectly fine in V12, but V13 ruined it. But anyway. With that, though, there's a couple of natural 20s, so it's already going to be a critical success on that effort, so. Working with Kawaka, Old Matsuki, and several artisans in town, you managed to recruit enough support to begin work on shoring up the old house immediately, ensuring that it will survive the winter. And as you talk to Kawakamina, your father, and many others, they agree that they're not going to be able to completely fix the house, but it's definitely not going to fall down during the winter here. There will be some townsfolk who, including Kawakamina, maybe including you, Yuga, who agree to visit Tenon regularly to keep him from getting lonely until you guys move back in, or maybe another family moves back in.
I would be happy to do so.
And so many people are sort of inspired by your guys' efforts that it costs nothing for the town. There's sort of anybody's like little, stacks of lumber they were keeping for themselves just in case. They're giving over some. There's so much that people are giving that it sort of brings the town together. You guys gained 3 hope points back.
Oh, that makes it pretty
And 120 experience points, by the way.
Oh gosh.
And at one point, Tenon, if you return there and tell them of the news, Tenon sort of shows you something at the house, Yuga. There's a hollow behind one of the floorboards that reveals a +1 thundering short bow hidden away.
Wow.
I think it was your grandmother put this away.
Was it really? Wow. Leodon, you don't have to, but it might be interesting to you.
You want me to have your family heirloom?
I'm not saying I want you to have it. I'm just
Okay.
wondering if it would be useful to you.
I could definitely make use of it.
I would, of course, be grateful if you would return it once everything is over, assuming we're all alive.
Well, obviously I would return it, yes.
Thank you. I just thought maybe my grandmother would be happy knowing it's being put to use for the sake of the village.
I'm sure she'd be proud of you.
Thundering, huh? Trying to remember how thundering works.
It's a strike effect akin to flaming. Has a chance to shock, which arcs across targets.
Mhm.
I remember this because I had it.
This one just does sonic damage.
Oh,
And
thundering.
can
no.
different targets.
Not,
Thunder.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool.
Thundering is nice.
It's
It can
loud,
deafen, I
though.
believe, yeah. And so, the town, or the house, your family home, is shored up for the winter and ready to be rebuilt during the easier seasons of rebuilding. Springtime, of course. But for now, it is done. It is handled and brought the town together just a bit. And that is the end of that week. And while you guys are going about your business, sort of, shoring things up, checking in with people, doing this or that, there is a strange event that takes place. All of a sudden, a newcomer walks into town as if it is nothing at all.
Oh no.
This woman, draped in a long gown, walks down the streets, making a whole scene of it. Crying out, sobbing, shouts to the rooftops. Hugo! Hugo! Please! I need Hugo!
I don't approach her, but I watch.
I mean, Shugo's being called out specifically, so he's gonna go see what's going on before this gets awkward.
Careful.
I whiff.
Hugo! There you are, Hugo! She rushes up, tears streaming down her face, this mystery woman. You must help me. You're a defender of the natural order, are you not? My husband was slain, and I'm here to be slain as well.
That is not the natural order of things.
It is only right. My husband was slain. Slain by one of your hunters. In cold blood.
One of our
Yes.
hunters.
Think about what people are talking about recently. Roll a Willowshore Lore Society. Anybody?
Well, that's better than a 2.
Hey. 26 Willowshore lore.
Oh, hey, that's the 2.
Leodon, you haven't really been paying attention much to the rumors, but Baozin and Yuga, you guys have heard that, yeah, there is word that, one of the local hunters in town encountered a large crane. And, seeing as, you guys are desperate, they, normally hunt cranes, but they did, hunt it for food and returned home to cook an extravagant meal. And while some in Willowshore were jealous, others were worried. The understanding is that cranes mate for life.
Oh no.
Please, kill me. Please. It is my one who is lost to me. Or I will stand here and starve to death.
Do you truly believe that that is what your husband would want for you? That he would want you to perish?
That is all I want. I cannot know what he wants, but I know that he loved me dearly, and he would not want me to suffer so. It would be better if we were together again. I see no reason to stay behind a widow after such a merciless act.
There's all sorts of reasons. It's a beautiful world. There's so many people and creatures. I don't know if that's any consolation considering what happened to your husband, but so many who would not want to cause harm. So many who are absolutely worth knowing. So many people that can help you find joy. So many creatures that would... I don't know if
Roll diplomacy check.
I'm making any sense to you. Okay. Whoa, 32.
But I don't belong here. This is not my home. I am lost without him. Whatever will I do? I won't take another man. He was mine for life. I would live a widow. Years and years on end, just awaiting my natural death. So why not expedite it now? Please, Shugo. You're the one I came to. You're the one who understands the natural order of things. Grant me my wish. Strike me down. Here and now. End this horrible series of events.
Shugo looks very hesitant to do that.
Make another diplomacy check. You go if you want to.
Is there nothing at all in this world that might bring you even the slightest ounce of joy? Anything at all? Anything?
The return
Think of it, maybe we can help you.
of my husband, or the death of the perpetrator.
Wow.
Getting
Wow,
a strange vibe from this woman.
Is she, to Shugo, is she alive or is she dead? Huh?
Roll a nature check.
Can I cast detect magic?
You get the impression that there is magic from this woman, and Shugo specifically, you realize that this could be a manifestation of the town's collective despair and worry. It's not even like this is from Kugapti, more just the collective psychic sort of influence, especially as hope has dwindled in town. People begin to despair. People, many of them widows, many of them losing friends and family. All of that seems to come to a head with this event particularly, especially after everyone heard about the killing of the crane, which you're not supposed to do during winter. It's not a real person. There's no soul. Unlike everyone here, your souls are still here. This is just a thought form. This is a manifestation of grief and despair playing out before your eyes.
Wow.
I can't imagine that killing her would be good for the hope of the town.
No.
Can't imagine that letting her continue to wail would be good for the hope of the town. I have to try to get through to her somehow to allow her to maybe pass peacefully.
But you can attempt 2 more times for diplomacy. Trying maybe over more time to assuage her or try to figure something out. And now that you have this idea that it is a thought form of fear and despair, you could counteract that with hopeful words, you know, trying to find light, trying to find good, all of that, even in terrible times. Seems
Yeah.
like this thought form would respond to that.
That's kind of the angle I'm taking here. That the village itself has been going through a lot of hard times. There's a lot of people who've experienced loss, and perhaps coming together is a better way to cope with losses, because we can still find hope within each other. We can still find family within each other, even if it's not the person that we love and married, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Throw me another diplomacy. Okay.
33?
With that, with you guys being very consistent with these high rolls,
Wow.
you seem to get through to this thought form. It seems to settle down and to accept the way things are. Find some other purpose. It explains its purpose is not here, but elsewhere. And as it begins to walk out of town, further from town, it seems to just fade away onto the road, or disappearing entirely. And as many onlookers sort of looked on, people sort of nod and understand that that was another manifestation, another haunt or something. People sort of think you made the right call at the very least. Really improve anyone's hope, but you dealt with it accordingly. Give yourselves 120 experience points.
Whew.
You go to the rescue.
And with that, strange hauntings that you've been dealing with, the newcomers, fake and seemingly real, and the research that you've had into this whole thing, and the answers that you've gotten from Shinzo, all swirl in your minds after the first couple of weeks of winter here. There are quite a few more weeks before you can really prepare for your assault on the living world, to regain control of the Eternal Lantern from this Megokai, the one who threatens to exorcise the entire village, cast you all into the arms of Brasma, as this is the final cycle, the 115th, the last chance that you guys have. And so, that'll be the end of this session.
You know, I just want to point out how funny it is, the thought of like us as like ghosts coming to like haunt and invade the real world.
Yeah, it's Season of Ghosts.
I love it.
So,
Love it too. It's great.
that all being said, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope you guys enjoyed playing. I make maps. I actually finished the most recent set quite recently. These maps here, as you can see, very nice, very crisp, very snowy environments. Very nice indeed. I enjoyed making these ones actually, because I usually don't get to make snowy maps. But here we are. Yes, I love my little details, my little shadows that I'm actually doing correctly. But, yeah, that being said, these are on my Patreon, patreon.com/KoboldDM. There's a advertisement above me at some point, but yeah, patreon.com/KoboldDM. If you want extra maps for Season of Ghosts, Outlaws of Alkenstar, and Kingmaker, my main one. Either way. You stream over on Twitch, don't you?
Yep. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Kobold, the player of Yuga, and I stream on Twitch at Captain_Kobold on Wednesdays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central. Largely water-themed games. It's fun. Come by sometime.
Mm-hmm. And with that, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next week, getting back into the swing of things. See you later.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.